So, hi everyone, welcome back to part two of my interview with ShayLa, and I'll go straight into it. So, obviously, at the end of the first part, you were talking about your the kind of things that you get up to between your rest periods, and you've mentioned that you do a lot of work around the Earth. That's where much of your time is spent. Um, what do you like about the Earth the most in terms of the planet, the culture, the people?
Yes, the potential, let's say, the potential, but of course, the potential that you already have right now, you are grounding, and potential that you are not aware of, but is there sleeping is a huge potential, that you have as a collective and humans that you are not aware of. So it's very exciting for me to kind of help you and explore it with you, how you are opening up to it. So and it's not so exciting just for me, but also other, beings from our race who are interacting with the humans. Each time when one human opens up a little bit more to who they really are and explore their consciousness and their limits, let's say, it's always very exciting for us to see. And we also get the more excited because we know that there is still more, and there gives you even more chance to discovering it later as well. And yeah, of course, this is about humans, but in general, of course, Gaia itself, Earth is a very beautiful, beautiful planet. So we, of course, enjoy seeing parts of the planet and connecting with her. But we are as well aware of she is as well not doing fully well. There are some parts of her there that are being weakened, and she's not satisfied as well. So we are here as well in communication with her and helping her in this way to connect with the humans so they wake up, so we can change this together as well. And uh, not just help humans to really thrive as they are and reaching their full potential, finding their true self, but really helping as well the whole planet and Earth to really be fully herself, and being able to support you as a humans, and all the other species and beings that are living with her and being part of her, so she can support you all fully as well. So we really wish to help her through all these interactions as well.
As humanity begins to awaken, I guess our own consciousness expands into the adjacent realms, and we tune into much more of the environment and beyond, and into the higher realms and into spirit. You mentioned that you interact with Mother Earth directly and communicate with her. Can you give us an idea what that actually is like to actually communicate with the planet in terms of I don't know, it's hard to explain, but even what I'm trying to ask, but I'd really like to get a sense of what it's like for in your perspective when you directly communicate with the planet herself.
It's very similar to how humans can do it, and humans do it. So who are, for example, shamans, or who are more in tuned with the natural flows. And there are different ways how you can sense it, but it's basically like talking with another consciousness. Of course, it has a different. Let's say quality or different feel to it, because it's a whole planet, and it's like a combination of many different energies, but it still has one uh, consciousness as well, like you have, and like a human, but you still as well within yourself has other smaller type of consciousnesses, that you are governing with your
Mm.
consciousnesses of your organs, uh, tiny consciousnesses of your micro life within
Yeah,
you as well. So
yeah.
all of that is like consciousnesses. um, but you have else as well like your own overall consciousness. So it's like that, you are part of Earth as well, mm, like those smaller consciousnesses within her, but
Mm.
she has her own um, one big consciousness, main consciousness. So uh, it's very similar, like when we would, or when you, for example, experience connecting with some other type of consciousnesses within your channeling practice, like when you suddenly feel connecting of some collective consciousness of some other very far type of rays or something like that. So you can explore it. You can connect with, for example, stars like Arcturus or your sun. So it's just very, very similar and same like that. You just connect with a full body of consciousness. So that's how we do it as well. But yeah, we as a collective can communicate with her as well. She can communicate individually with us, but of course,
Mm.
as like with the collective consciousness as well, and with the humans, you know. So she can as well uh, no difference like what is human consciousness, you know, what is our collective consciousness, and she can, you know, upload and download the data as well from our collective consciousness. We are, because we are very open to her presence, and we are basically uh, friends with her in a way. We
Yeah.
have a friendly connection with her, so she can she basically she doesn't have only herself and friends on Earth that are
Mm.
humans and all the animals. She has friends with other, you know, bodies around
Yeah.
that are other
Yeah.
planets, other stars, but as well, consciousness is full consciousness is like our collective consciousness is another type of consciousness she can connect with. So, for example, me personally, when I tune into her energies, it's basically like connecting with merging my consciousness with hers, and I communicate with her through um, concepts of like emotions, thoughts, and visions, a lot of visions, and through with my own consciousness that is different and bigger than average human consciousness. That how you can communicate. So it of course can be happening on other, let's say, more transcendental waves and
Mm.
levels with her, but it's still very similar to what you can as a human experience with
Okay.
connecting with the earth.
And for those people out there who are perhaps beginning their journey of awakening and perhaps beginning to sort of suspect that they may have connections to the IEL or indeed other races, but in particular to the IEL, can you offer any sort of perspective or permission slip that they could use if they perhaps wanted to explore that more, to link in with your energies? For example, I think your species is kind of linked to Sirius system, isn't it? The which is like a higher aspect of consciousness for the IL.
I wouldn't go that route
Uh-huh.
to answer your question. Uh, the, uh, the first thing that I would like to say is like if you have a connection, it's already there. So it's not really that you are creating the connection, you are just awakening to the connection. So the first thing, and in anything that you do, is just working on yourself in a way that you are freeing yourself from the conditioning and from the unconscious parts of yourself that you have been programmed to stay in and not see. So just becoming more of yourself, finding the way how to expand your consciousness more, and then you will become more aware of your natural desires. And the natural desire can be as well connecting with our race. And then usually, or not usually, it's like that when you already have the desire already within yourself, it means that you have been already linked with us and having experiences. So it's most likely that you would be reconnecting and just basically downloading um, awareness that you already had and experiences and the knowledge, and it would be feeling like coming home as well, because it would be so natural to you, because
Mm.
some part of you have been already experiencing it. So it's about removing those layers of those wells, so you can become more aware of those parts of you that are aware of us and are connecting with us.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, from my point of view, I often, when I'm linking in, it's very difficult for me to tell whether I'm tuning into an alternate version of myself or a memory from my past. I guess it could be all of those things, right?
Yes, sometimes it can be combined. Yes.
Combined. Yeah. Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay.
Sometimes it can be like you have a connection right now, and that is triggering memory, and then memory can trigger even more connection in the now.
Mm.
It can happen in so many different ways. So yes, it's
That's,
just
yeah.
basically like opening up yourself and to those energies, and they will just guide you. You just have to kind of like let it go and let the energy guide you, because your innate desire is already there, and the way you are opening up, it just reacting to what you have. But of course, it's another, let's say, if you want as a tool or permission slip, is as well to define for yourself, really find that desire there, and try to really define if this is really your desire, and to feel it. So it even that the desire like to connect with us, for example, is
Mm.
something that can trigger. So it's always like getting more inspired, more creative about how you can work with your own consciousness in regards to connecting, creating, opening up, and so on.
Right. And I guess because in, I don't know, recent years, there's this idea coming into our more and more into our understanding that all time, everything is now, which is why it's about casting off those preconceived, those old ideas that something's in the past or yet to happen. But why, and this is how we can connect to all kinds of different aspects of ourselves or other beings, irrespective of where they are from our linear point of view, because it all exists in this now moment. Okay.
Yes.
Um, so the next question is a bit of fun. If you were here on the Earth and there were no restrictions, um, in terms of the fact that you were vibrationally compatible with humans, we could all see each other, and interact together, what would you love to be doing here on the Earth?
Yes. So of course, the reality where that can happen Earth would be a little bit different. But yes, what I would like to be doing is of course just interacting with the humans and living among you. So even just let's say going somewhere, uh, traveling and going into city, like walking like normal humans do, and just being in that collective energy together, and feeling like we are not aliens there would be already very much exciting for me to just imagine that we are fully there. And for example, going into galleries, seeing um, other artistic expressions of the humans, or even we could be experiencing your food as well. We could experience certain other uh, activities that you do, that you combine, for example, with as well food and music and theatrical, expressions and all this kind of things. So we would be enjoying that with you as well. But of course, there are certain things that we wouldn't really choose to eat or consume, but there are many, for example, that I would, for example, try myself is like ice cream, something that
Oh,
is
wow.
uh, let's say I would prefer vegan
Mm.
ice cream, but I would, for example, like to enjoy, for example, licking something like that and just walking around the city and looking at different places, So we are attracted to cities as well, but another places would be just uh, nature. Like you have so many different sceneries in your planet or on your world, that I would like to experience, and of course be with my favorite humans and experiencing it together.
Mm.
And For example, as well, continuing something that that is my work, that I would be kind of like extending to do here on earth, like when I would be physically here, really. So it would be really just spreading as well more of our energies, more of interactions. You already do it kind of like with the ambassadors, ET ambassadors. You have some type of meetings or conferences and all that kind of thing. So it would be like certain events going on, certain events that I would be still continue sharing and spreading. But it wouldn't be that, let's say, rigid or based on the money, of course, and all these kind of things. How you do it right now, it would be more natural, more fluent, and it would be as well without restrictions, that we could interact with each other more directly as well. So it wouldn't be just me standing somewhere and teaching. It would be more of like as well like communal things, or we could be as well creating and bringing some more of our ideas to you, how to like, for example, as I was before describing how we bring certain activities and inspiration to hybrid children, how they can interact with ideas of a human world, that we could be bringing something to you as well, so you can learn more about us and other races as well, so you can be continuing still more into being able to fully expand yourself into um, being part of what's a galactic family of races.
Mm. I mean, it sounds so exciting being able to kind of enjoy life and share life in that way, in that very personal way with you. Do you think that's something that, you know, can happen? I don't know, well, quite soon in terms of this generation or the following generation?
Yes, there is always the generation that is being born on the earth, that is already here, that would be able to experience that with us this way. But it would take some time until it will be able to manifest in this way that I just
Mm,
described to you, like fully being here and being able and allowed to kind of like interact with you. So um, in that realm, basically, when we would be able to do this, as I said, like humans uh, would need to be more integrated as a full spiritual being,
yeah.
so we can really uh, co-create together. So yeah, but in the fullest form, it could take a few decades until that can happen in this way that I described.
Wow. Yeah. But I mean, 20 years goes by in my mind like that really quickly.
Yeah,
Okay.
but there is so much already to explore even right now and open up to.
Yes.
So until then, when you
Yes.
would be collectively ready to experience that,
Mm,
you would be already so ecstatic, experiencing
yeah.
so many different things, and
Yeah.
they all would be leading you to be able to do that.
Definitely. So, as you alluded to, at the moment where we are right now, there's a little bit of a few challenges to overcome, shall we say? Will you be in a position to assist humanity in the future to restore things like ecological damage, to restore the earth to much more of a balance than we see at the moment?
Yes, of course, we already would be able to, but of course we cannot. By the time when we would be invited to actually help you, of course we need invitation. uh, you would be already, let's say at least 30%. Uh, you would, let's say, already have done 30% of all the work, and you would be ready to, ask for help. You would be, as a collective, or let's say, a lot of you are already humble enough, to ask for help, but as a collective, and especially those who are basically not allowing something that like that to happen, even with your own efforts, those would need to get more humble and awakened to actually really start doing it and really asking for help. And
Mm,
of course it can be unconditionally given to you, but as well, it's very similar, like when we interact with the individuals, we don't go through what you don't ask for in a certain way, energetically, subconsciously or consciously. We work with the different levels of your consciousness. So of course, as a collective, we need to work with the different aspects, so we wouldn't suddenly appear and fix your problems. You first need to fix your problems within your own family, let's say.
Mm.
And then when your family will be more open, then of course, as an external um, influence, we could come here and to bring our even more, let's say, advanced ideas that we would bring.
Could you give me a reflection on the, I guess where I'm coming from is, in order to fix the outside world, it's really about focusing on one's inner work primarily. Would you agree with that statement? And could you sort of talk a little bit about how people might
Half,
go
yeah.
about consciously making that decision to better themselves, to move in that sort of direction?
Yes, it's half work, half, but still big work to work on yourself. But it's only half of the action, because after that, from whatever you became, like, how are you going to contribute, with your new self to changing everything? So it's not, it will not happen through only passively, let's say, meditating and thinking you are enlightened in a certain way, but really going into the field and really trying to see if the collective is ready to change in a certain way that you feel would be beneficial. You would be trying to teach other people, and that is basically general, not just you specifically, but in a general way. And many people are doing it, have been doing it in different areas of where humans were repressed. You call them activists. That's why it's called activists, because they are going into action with
Mm.
their ideas, with their true beliefs of, like, this is something that needs to be changed. And so whatever you will decide, you change within yourself, and decide that this is what you would like to see different in the world. Then how to participate on the change, you need to in some way bring it out, bring that education to other people. It doesn't have to be in a huge way, let's say, activists who are public, and doing it in that way. It can happen on a small individual level, like when you go about your life, you are just being open with your nature of who you are, with your beliefs, with your true feelings, not necessarily, of course, devaluing other people who have different, but just trying to show them that maybe something about their thinking is faulty in a certain areas, or that maybe uh, it's not beneficial even for them. Just showing it, that is the act of action, of bringing it out of yourself, for the energy to actually be grounded and start working within your external reality. It's just, for example, if you would want to make certain change or manifest something within your own life, you wouldn't manifest it just through, like, let's say, affirmations that you
Mm.
are that person being, or manifesting that being in that reality. You have to create certain flows of actions. You really have to live
Yeah.
that life. If universe would work in that way, that you really didn't need to do anything really for manifesting certain things, then all of this that is in your reality, in our reality, would be completely pointless. It wouldn't even
Yeah.
exist. So there is, transmuting energy needs some kind of actions from you. you know
Mm.
this is the
Yeah.
final step of it.
Yeah. Taking action is very much grounding whatever energy that you're working within yourself to try and expand, I guess.
Yes, yes. You
Okay.
put it nicely, yes.
Okay. Well, we've been going for a little while, and is there anything else that you would like to share with the audience at the moment?
Yes. Something that I can share right now, and I feel like sharing it now is just reconfirm you with a feeling that we are here. You know, we are here with you, and we are here always ready to interact with you, help you in whatever ways you need in your everyday life, and to help you to make the change even on a global scale. So there is always openness and invitation from us to connect with you, but of course we need to wait for you, for your really consciousness to find that tuning. And for those who are desiring and feel like they cannot connect, important is to really act on your passion, your excitement, not focusing on the like what you don't have. So when you are pushing too much in a direction that you want to have a contact and you don't have it, or evolving certain senses and you are not evolving it, then it's sign that you need to actually stop uh, insisting on it, clinging on having it, and you have to start expressing yourself, your life force in a different way through action of on in a different way. It may be in your mind not even related with the ETs and anything like that, but when you are truly acting on your passion from the desire of like creative desire within yourself, whatever it is, that way you can manifest more of like expanding your awareness and manifesting synchronicities, manifesting connection with us. And of course you always can as well use permission slip of those who already have that connection, talking with them, or even using them, like for example channels, to speak with us. They can, this is all the information and energy flows that can activate you as well, and give you some kind of experiences and start opening up your consciousness of understanding how it all happens, how you need to as well, work with yourself, change yourself to manifest those connections. So basically, when you are not manifesting something, it means that there is maybe something misaligned with you, with your thinking, and so on, that needs to be changed. And because you have the desire, the desire is there to be manifested. So just start exploring yourself and your life in a different way, and when you hit the right vibration, it will start suddenly opening up. And of course it's not just about, for example, activities that you do to express yourself, but also taking care of your physical body, your own energy, because you as well need to be more integrated within your own energy, feeling energies, opening up your chakras and aligning them to be as well able to open up to those other realities and experiences as well. So that is my message, last message that I wanted to share.
Well, thank you so much, ShayLa, for today. Thank you for everything that you've shared. And before we close the session, I just obviously want to say to everybody that if they feel in any way, shape, or form the passion to reach out to you more directly, that they can obviously contact the channel, contact Yvette, who brings you through.
Advertisement, unexpected
Advertise.
advertisement.
So they can obviously reach out to you and take it from there, in whichever way excites them the most.
Yes, as I said, it's always exciting for me to interact with the people and helping them, to, uh, help them click certain informations within
Yeah.
their lives, or completely, share something that changed their lives. It's very exciting for me to do that, and it always enriches me as well. So I am here is as well if you need it, and of course, like it has to be in alignment with the channel. So I'm always available, but limits are hers time.
Yeah. And can people reach out to you just through thought, independently and directly?
Yes, of course, like those who are able to connect with the hybrids, of course they can, or they can of course invite the connection. But as I said, it depends also on like the way they are able to manifest connections or
Yeah.
experiences and so on. Sometimes even when they call, they may experience that nothing happens. So but yeah, like of course those who already have hybrid connections or with the IEL, they of course can connect with me as well, because if you can connect with other IEL beings, of course you
Mm.
would be able to experience me as well, or connect with me, call me.
One perspective that I've been sort of talking about lately a lot is, just to kind of close off that point, is if you do feel that you're unable to connect for whatever reason, it's not to view that as a bad thing. It's an invitation, an opportunity to transform something within yourself. And
Yes,
obviously, if you can see things in that positive light, that will send you on in leaps and bounds.
yes,
But
exactly,
yeah,
yes.
but thank you
Always,
so, yeah.
yes, always see those, let's say, not so uh, positive moments as chances to discover more of yourself and enhance your life. Really, those are, yes, reflections where your true self really wants you to change yourself and to start living in a different way. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Well, thank you so much, so much, ShayLa. It's been amazing talking to you today.
Thank you very much as well for giving me this opportunity and invitations. I'm very glad that you heard my call as well.
Yes, 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 I did. I saw you very clearly, which led me to find Yvette, so those a few years ago. So that was amazing synchronicity. Just to
Yes,
say,
thank you very
obviously, I'll
much.
put the links in the description below for anyone who wishes to contact you directly.
Yes,
But
thank you very much. Bye bye.
thank you. Bye.